Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This article has to do with Gerhard Schroeder, the ex-German Chancellor, who is kind of like hunted by some weasels because he refused to do what they want him to do. And he's too old and who's too powerful to give a damn, it seems like. And maybe you're familiar that he did not go far enough as people would like him to go. In denouncing Putin and everybody else in Russia. The thing is, I don't know if this guy is on the payroll of whomever or whatever, but I don't like when people try to force you to have their opinion with threats. So you say what I want you to say, you go as far as I want, otherwise, and they talk about free speech and all that. Now the German, the party, the government, whomever, they try to, I think they defunded his stuff as an ex-chancellor, and they try to now to expel him from some positions in the party. I think Schroeder is about 70-something years old, and I think during his time he created a lot of connections, and he has people who owe him a lot of stuff. So I think it was a futile attempt by the Weasels to oust him. But what do I know, right? Let's go and read this article because they tell us exactly how it was. This article comes from Associated Press from August 8, 2022. And it says, Scholz party rejects bid to expel German ex-leader Schroeder. Scholz party. It's the party of Scholz, all of a sudden. All right. Local officials with German chancellors. Olaf Scholz's party rejected a bid to expel former Chancellor Gerhard Schroeder over his close ties to Russia, the news agency DPA reported Monday. An arbitration committee of the center-left, if you're, as I said, pay attention, you will not find far left. Far left you would find Maduro, maybe Fidel Castro regime and so on. But nowadays you don't find far left, but you find far right. So the mass media, pay attention that you're gonna find when they don't like someone is or it's a far right, like Viktor Orban of Hungary. Here's a far right, but who's far left? Maduro maybe, but not even. They don't even say that. He's strongman, dictator, things like this. They avoid saying far left. Why? Because they are sympathizers of far left. They don't know what they're talking about. These guys did not live under a far left regime after a real socialist / communist dictatorship or system. They really did not. Just live for, I don't know, go 6 months. But as a real person, I would require, if I would be, I don't know, in charge of a department in the United States Education Department, I would require each and every child or whomever at age of 14, 15, when the age when they think they're free and they understand what's going on with these teenagers, I will send them to a country where, life is hard, like it should be. They live in an artificial society here. They don't know what life is, and they think it's easy. No, I will send them over there for about 6 months to certain families over there. I would not give them, I would just put them in the system for 6 months, eat what those guys eat, sleep where they eat, sleep where they sleep, walk to school, be in school, get smacked in the schoolyard, and all that. And then after 6 months, when you bring them back with the airplane, I guarantee you they will stumble down, cry, and kiss the United States' ground. I guarantee you, the earth, they're gonna lick the ground, will pray Jesus and Mohammed and whomever just being bad back. I guarantee you that. I would make that mandatory. That's a life experience. And then they will talk about socialism and this and that. And every time they feel like, oh my God, don't send them to Norway, socialist countries. No. Send them to countries like middle, like countries that are developing countries, let's put it this way, not third world countries, even that, and say that's world. That's how most people on this planet live. Look where you live. How do you think this was built? By that? Like that? Sharing and blah 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 blah. Anyway, So let's go. Schroeder's long-standing connections to the Russian energy sector and refusal to distance himself fully, that's the key word, fully, from President Vladimir Putin after Russia invaded Ukraine have left his political standing in tatters. So he had to go fully because some people decided that everybody else has to distance fully. If not, we're gonna take care of you. That's how it goes. Because you can't come with arguments, right? No, arguments are not good. However, the SPD committee determined his actions don't contribute a breach of the party's rules according to DPA. His expulsion from the SPD has been seen as unlikely. In Germany, expelling party members is a complicated and often lengthy process that frequently fails. However, an appeal of Monday's decision is still possible. Schroeder, who served as chancellor from 1998 to 2005 and was a Social Democrats, Social Democrats. You know what that is, right? Social Democrat. It's like they just changed the codes, but they're the same. Has shown no signs of heeding calls from senior party figures to tone down his rhetorics on Russia or leave the party on his own accord, like make noise until he says, you know what, screw you guys, I'm leaving. Peace. That has come with political consequences within Germany. In May, Germany lawmakers agreed to shut down Schroeder's taxpayer funding office and have gave up the title. And he gave up the title of honorary citizens of Hanover, preempting a likely decision by city officials. That's nasty, but whatever, that's freedom of speech in Germany. Schroeder has shrugged off the pressure and continued to maintain his ties with Putin. He most recently met with the Russian leader on a visit to Moscow in late July, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, well, this is Schroeder. And what if he says, you know what, screw you guys, what else do I have to lose? I'm 1,000 years old, I lived my life, I was on the top of the world, I did this, I did that. Do I care that we have a few weasels and some mass media that tries to portray me and tries to tell me that I'm this and that? I'm my own man. I don't care about you guys, and that's why he's not distancing himself. And there are some people with, how should I put it? I'm not saying that, how should I put it nicely? Not that I have to, but I want to look at the positive though. You know, when you show friendship towards someone, and that someone is in bad shape, that's the time when you have to show your friendship, to support him, help him out, get him out of that situation. Not run away when everybody attacks you. Maybe you did something wrong, like we all did. I did something wrong. I'm pretty sure you did. We all did. So then what do? Who comes and tells you, hey, Emil, maybe you did something wrong? It's not good, but the past, you can't change the past. So let's change the future. The friends are coming and telling you this. They don't come and tell you, Emil, if you don't change, I'm gonna punch you in the nose. That's not a friend. So a friend comes and tells you, stands by you. He's faithful. And say, hey, let's work together, let's do this. And besides, one action or two actions do not really represent a person. I mean, it's like, if we take things like this, any person who committed a crime, it's irredeemable. That's it. That crime, and I'm exaggerating, obviously, that crime determines your character forever. That's what you are, and that's it from there on. Everybody has to... No, it's like you talk about the most evil person on this planet. You know who that is, right? I don't have to mention his first and last name. You can't say anything. Was he talented in some art? Was he? Well, you can't even say that. Well, I'm not saying to stand by that person, but you have to can't be so locked in your head not to see, that a person is not characterized by certain actions only. You can say, yeah, I mean, it's a pattern and so on. That's a different story. But When you forge a relationship with someone, it's because you saw some qualities in that person. You share certain values. Now you can say, oh, Schroeder is a criminal like Putin. Well, do you think that this invasion characterizes Putin? Some people think this is that's it. That's it. Some people don't think so. Some people say, wait a second, this is, and maybe find some arguments. They say, maybe this was not an unprovoked situation. Maybe this and that. You know, it's not black and white. And okay, now everybody should just hang this guy. Really? Okay, why would the Russian people hang this guy? Look at their economy. Look at what like Putin in this case. Look at the economy. Look at the lifestyle. They increased the economy tenfold since 2000. It's an economic success. However you want to take it, it is. That's a reality. Just look at the numbers. I made a video on this about, I don't know, 6 months or something. No, 6 months. I haven't been doing this for 6 months. But it's I don't know, 4 months, 5 months ago when I put the economy of Russia after Yeltsin, or within Yeltsin period of time, and Putin's time, and it goes like tenfold. So can you say that's a success? Yes. You can say it was lucky. He was lucky. Okay, it's the same thing of luck that another guy had in the 30s and 20s, who beat the big situation here in America. Everybody went to a crisis and so on. Only Germany did not. It was just lucky. Really? Lucky or not lucky, I get the result. Better than these guys here. Better than anywhere else. How come? They were so lucky? Lucky or not, they did it. You know, the Great Depression. Look how the Great Depression was, for instance, in 30s. Beginning of the 30s, and how things were here and how things were in Germany, for instance. And figured it out. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. These weasels cannot do anything to Schroeder. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.